Ladies and gentlemen, US and Israel has attacked Iran, and this is a big surprise to the entire world, and of course, a shock to the financial market. Right now, we are seeing reactions from the crypto market massively dropping and gold market rapidly rising. What will happen to the stock market moving forward? And let me analyze for you by taking a look at what happened to history. And let me just give you a hint. I am armed and ready. So, to my surprise and to many people's surprise, US and Israel jointly attacked Iran. And they've shocked the world with massive strike on Iran. And Iran has also retaliated. And let me give you what has exactly happened and what's going to happen next. First of all, the key players this round is not just US and Iran, and they have actually pulled in Israel in this whole thing. So Israel and US did a joint operation and did a preemptive strike, explaining that there is a existential threat to Israel. And to Iran, they are telling the ordinary Iranians that, please rise up against your rulers, for this is a chance for you to take advantage of the weakened government right now. Of course, there are mediators that are trying to step in to mediate the whole thing, but I think the attack will go on for some time. So what just happened? Israel has launched some preemptive attack on Iran. US has joined in under the operation name Operation Epic Fury via air and sea. And sea-launched Tomahawk missiles and air missiles were used. And Iran has also retaliated against US base in the Middle East as well. So by definition, we have attack on both sides. So this is a war. But why? Why did this happen? Well, it all started when US strongly arm twist and negotiated with Iran to stop their nuclear program and wanted a lot of things that Iran find it difficult to accept. And as a result, they launched an attack. Now, basically, the the US wants the Iranians to renounce their nuclear ambition, no nuclear ambition, and to stop their missiles industry as well and neutralize all their regional proxies that they have. So I think on the nuclear side, Iran is prepared to give some concessions. But on the missile side, wow, you can't stop me from producing missiles and things like that. And as a result, USA, I have enough, right? Join hands, let's start the attack. Now, the military operations is called Operation Epic Fury. And this is a term given from the US side. And there were near total shutdown of internet in Iran. And of course, right now they are threatening to escalate the attack all the way to the US bases in Middle East. It was reported that 30 to 75 missiles were fired, okay, and 3 cities in Iran were struck. Tehran, which is the capital, plus 2 other cities plus. I don't know how many more by the time the video you're watching, how many more cities will be struck, because they say that as long as it takes, as much as it takes, they will get the job done. So all attacks are right now on Iran. So in next breaking news, as I was developing the materials for this talk, Iran has been reported to attack the US base. So the US base in Kuwait, UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, all has been attacked by Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Corps, Guards Corps. They actually launched missiles and drones attack on these places. And I think this will continue for some time. So now it's easy to watch the American news or the Middle East news. I try to find someone a little bit more unbiased. So maybe I've tried to extract many places. I find the CGTN, which is the Chinese news, probably giving a view that I kind of lean towards. It's now really, there is no existential threat to US. So it's very difficult for US to justify why they need to launch a war against another country. And yes, there could be some threat to Israel, but at least to the US, there's no existential threat. They're so far away. How could Iran attack the US? So to use this as a reason to attack, for US to attack Iran, I think it's the leap of rationale, right? It's very unjustified. And I think, you know, Trump doesn't care about some of these things, but I think it's really at this juncture, I think it's a little bit unfair to Iran. Now, again, fair or not fair, I think a lot of people is going to criticize me and say, Mr. Lu, you don't know much about politics, you don't know much about warfare as well. So I'm going to not talk too much about that. I'm just going to talk more importantly, the impact to the stock market. So I analyze quite in detail. I'll just say this. Usually, in the first day, the shock will be quite deep. But do you ever thought why Trump attacked on a Saturday? Do you ever thought of it? He doesn't want a stock market impact. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he's trying to wrap it up by Monday, right? So that the stock market will not be hit too much. I know, predictably, he doesn't like a big stock market downswing. Now, this is a wait and see. We can see where it happened. But usually S&P 500 over the last 50 years or so, first day drop in a war is usually about 3%. That's quite steep. And given that there's already quite a steep drop from the peak to now, I think the further drop is quite good, at least from my perspective, so that I can crash buy. And by the first week is over, most of the time the market will recover. And by 1 month later, the market would have gone back to where it is. And 12 months later, over the last 50 years of war analysis, the stock market actually grown by about 9 to 10%. So usually the opportunity is in the first few days. So let's take a look at some of this war. Russian-Ukraine war was announced in February 2022. The first week it crashed by 2%. 2%. Israel-Hamas war, almost no impact. Okay. Iran drone attack, 1.5%. And of course, we're still waiting for what this war will happen. Now, what are the big wars that caused stock market impact? The Yom Kippur War in 1973. Israel was being attacked by Egypt, and there were oil embargo and things like that. So it's not the war that caused the stock market down, then it's oil. And 1990 Gulf War, there were oil shocks, okay? And as a result, the stock market has a very big dip. And 2003 Iraq War, there's also a big dip as well. So bottom line is they usually have big dips when oil prices are hit. Now, Iran's oil has already been embargoed, so I don't think there'll be a big hit in any way. What are the scenarios, right? So I'll try to put up 3 scenarios. Scenario A is, okay, if they limit it to just boom, 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 then after that, okay, that's it. Then Iran also boom, 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 that kind of face-saving attack, everybody boom, 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 and that's it, right? Now, it's a fast in, a fast out, then I think the stock market will be well contained. But in this time, will it happen? I don't think so, because Donald Trump actually said that we're going to destroy their missiles and raise their missile industry to the ground, right? I tell you to not produce missile, you don't listen to Limpe. Limpe is going to whack everything down, okay? Erase your missile industry, okay, back to Stone Age. That's basically what he said. So I think this contained air and sea attack won't happen. It will continue attack for quite some time. So scenario B is probably the worst thing, right? If other regional partners or allies of Iran join in the fight, right? Lebanon, Iraq, Syria, and the Straits of Hormuz is being threatened and things like shipping lane disrupted, and their pressure build up on US, the pressure on US regional military base get built up, more and more attack or so on. Then there will be supply disruption, inflation could go up, then there's a fear that interest rate will go up. This kind of thing can cause the stock market to go down even more. Okay. Then of course, maybe scenario C is that some other Middle East country come in and negotiate, okay, and try to have some diplomacy and encourage everybody to all step back and things like that. I don't think so. Yeah. Trump doesn't give a damn to anybody. Doesn't give a. He wants to be a mediator and not the one being mediated. So I don't think so. I don't know what you think. Okay, I don't think so. So really, the key thing is to watch oil prices. Does the oil prices shoots up or not? If the oil prices shoots up, 70, $80, $90, then that's a different story. And if the VIX goes up phenomenally, then the interest rate will go up as well. That one will hit the stock market really badly. At this juncture, what has gone up? Gold prices have gone up phenomenally. Okay, gold prices have gone up phenomenally, and Bitcoin has fallen phenomenally as well. Now, there were talks initially about gold prices breaking new high after high after high, and then that was in the start of the year. Then it crashed, then it now returned back and things like that. But actually, the bigger thing is a lot of people thought that Bitcoin would be a substitute to other assets, but it didn't turn out that way. Bitcoin turned out to be a leveraged Nasdaq. So Nasdaq is probably set to go down quite a lot, and as a result, Bitcoin is set to go down even more. Okay, so right now it's trading around probably 65, 64,000. I think it will go down even more. So I'll just say this categorically. Okay, history say that we should not panic in wars. The first 10 days is generally a dip of about, on average, 6%. Okay, 6%. I'll be very happy with 6% because plus whatever has gone down already, I think it's worthwhile for a fire. Okay. Yeah, if it crashed by about 5, 6%, I probably will fire and fire big time. Okay. I don't think it'll crash a lot. And so I think I'll fire and I'll fire pretty big this time. And by the time you hit 30 over days, history tells us that the whole thing will be over. And 12 months later, you will do very well. So let's hope that the fall, in my opinion, will be sharp and steep. Okay, but let's see. Okay, let's see. I don't know. So bottom line is, why am I excited about this? I'm armed and ready. Okay, armed and ready. My only fear is that it won't crash because there is a reason why Trump launched an attack on a Saturday. I suspect that he bomb Sunday over. He said, "Okay, operation over. I don't have fire anymore. Bye bye, peace from now." To see this, but if I take a step back, maybe you know, I want to say that, stop fighting. You know what? Mankind, yeah, tell them also no use, right? With UN, Board of Peace, whatever comes in, how do you stop people from fighting each other in wars, right? There are 70 over wars since the last 50 years or something, like 70 over wars. I think whatever I say, they will still continue to fight. Okay? All right, let's watch and see. Tonight, I'll do a live stream. So we'll start probably about 10:30, 11 o'clock. Please join me in the live stream and we'll analyze what's the further development. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tonight.